welcome everyone. MB Wilkel over here. I'm gonna do a vid today. Let's start with the first one. I'm busy with the Discord channel, guys. It's coming, it's really coming. A little bit of more patience, please. It's really coming. I'm having some personal issues, so I haven't been making a vid lately, so I thought I'm gonna do one today. We're going to talk about the markets, the S&P, the US 500, the DXY, the VIX, Bitcoin, and altcoins, what to expect the coming days, weeks. Also wanted to point out something else, leverage trading. I've tweeted it today, and I really hope that the retail army will click twice on their mouses, because yeah, just to clear out the reason why I'm on social media, why I'm making these vids, why I'm making YouTube vids, why I'm tweeting. It all started with some close friends in my circle that lost a lot of money leverage trading, and they had some savings for their children to pay their college with it, and they lost it all. And yeah, it's very easy to say to someone like that, well, that's your own responsibility, and no one asks you to risk your money in leverage trading. But what most don't know is this: when you are sensible to greed, and you're sensible to someone shilling or showing you that he made it, and he made a lot of money, owning a Lamborghini, owning villas, owning whatever expensive stuff, you have to understand that this is very sensible to some people, because they think that they can do the same. What they don't know is that most of these guys showing you this is they didn't earn that money trading. They didn't earn that money investing. They earn that money shilling. They get commissions. I don't know if anyone following me knows how a Ponzi scheme works, but if I would be working with a Ponzi scheme, what would I do? I have a very nice car. I have a Rolex on my hand. I have everything expensive, and that's how and when I come to you and I tell you to invest in something, I'm showing you the wealth. And when you show someone the wealth, that's how the greed comes in. And if a lot of people together do the same, and a lot of people will show you the wealth, then someone gets, oh, maybe I can do that too. Maybe I can get financially independent too. And what they do is, there's nothing wrong by investing in crypto at the right time, because you definitely can make a lot of money. That's also the reason why we are here. But to leverage trade, you really have to know what you're doing. You really have to be educated. Even the best in the industry lose money leverage trading, because it's something. Let me tell you this: if you would go to the casino and put your money on red or black on a roulette table, you have more chance winning than on leverage trading. You really have to be skilled to leverage trade. And the problem is that most shillers in CT and on YouTube in crypto industry, they focus only on getting people on leverage exchanges. That's what they do. Because you have to see it like this: when a vid starts, they will tell you about whatever, whoever. It's all built on one thing: when those bonuses come on the screen, because that's what they want to show you. The whole show is built on that bonus, referral, everything. The only thing if it was to them, they will make a vid of 1 minute. Please click on this referral, you can get 30,000. And just for most people that don't know, if you want to get those bonuses, you have to deposit I don't know how much it is, 50k, 100k or whatever, and those bonuses aren't even something that you're just getting. You can trade with it and then you get some percent, you can make some gains out of it, but you're not going to own those bonuses. So those bonuses, people that are following these people, these shillers, how much percent do you think has got 50k or 100k? Because people who do have 50k and 100k, 99.9% are not watching these shows, are not watching these shillers. Because why? Because those people know what to do, and they know how to invest their money to make money. But who is following shillers and following these guys? Only people who don't have money. They want to make money. That's why they are watching your show. So the moment you tell them that they can get 30k, 40k, 50k in bonuses, that's a lie. Because you can get only those bonuses if you deposit a lot of money. A lot of money that 90.9% doesn't have. So all those bonuses are just 100% bullshit. I'm getting a lot of hate uh, by 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 sharing this and by telling you guys this, because you have to understand there is a big machine against me. They try to shadow ban me, they try to hack me, they try to make my life miserable, they do whatever. Because why? They're making a lot of money out of retailers, and retailers are just too weak to fight back, and retailers are too wrecked to fight back, and retailers, that's something that frustrates me a lot. And what does frustrate me is that when I ask the retail army to share something, to make noise, it's only a click on a button. You go, you click, you do copy, you copy the tweet, copy link, you go to the one where you want to do it, another big group where there are a lot of victims, you do paste, and that's it. And some people are even afraid to do that. What are you afraid for? In CT, people are scamming people and rug pulling them, and they're not afraid. Why should you be afraid? You're just sharing something. There's no one. I am doing this for a year now, and I think I'm one of the biggest one in CT that does this. I'm still here. Nothing happened to me. There are also some shillers that I openly attack on Twitter very hard. They didn't even block me. You know why they don't block me? Because they don't even see what I'm doing. Because they are too focused on their main thing, and their main thing is making money. They don't care. Okay, enough about this. Yes, I wanted to show you guys this one because it's getting closer and closer and closer. This is the 50 MA. This is the 200 EMA, and this is the 200 MA. It's on the weekly, guys, and this is something that never happened before, at least not in my time. Because if you would scroll back, we see here that the 200 EMA came on the 200 MA but didn't cross it, and then they went up, and the 50 MA always was above it. You see how it's going? Let's go back. This is even, let me scroll out. This was in 2016, and as you can see, it was always above it. It never here, the 200 EMA and MA didn't even start here. So this is something, and let's see, over here we crossed, and the last time we were under the 50 MA was in 2014. Well, we're now also under it, by the way, but let me see what is going to happen here. We're above it now, we're not under it. So if this thing would come down and uh, if this thing would come down and the price action would be above the 50 MA, this is something very bullish, just to be clear about. But this is like an explosion going to happen here. What is going to happen here? What is going to happen here? This is an explosion. These things are coming together. But guys, just to be clear, these are just indicators. These are just tools. So don't give it too much weight. look at a bigger picture. Don't, oh, they're coming together. What is this? Some big bomb is going to explode here. What's going to happen? Well, we don't know. We just don't know. The only thing that we have to keep in mind is that these guys are very strong resistance indicators. So it could be that some big money is waiting for this to get hit to open up shorts, or to close their longs, or to sell their backs for a retrace back, because this could happen. And this is why we have to be very cautious, because these indicators, let's see an indicator. If you have an indicator, guys, you can use any indicator you want. And how do you test an indicator? You test an indicator by watching what did it do in the past. Well, over here we just broke up. This is on the weekly, and then we closed below. This is supposed to be very bearish. So over here you have to be bearish, but what happened after it? It just went up, and then over here we closed above it, and then the week after wrecked. So to trade indicators is very simple. I trade them on the very low time frame. And for me, is when I see this fake like this one. This was a fake one. It opened. I just take my losses and I get out. It's just as simple as that. But I'm not trading this, because I trade based on connection of markets. But just suppose I would only trade on the indicator, but I will never trade on such big high time frames. I trade on 50 minutes time frames and 1 hour time frames. So if like this one, I would be out maybe over here already. So, but just to give it a look, if we go back in time, you see that over here, same, we closed below it and then we pumped up. So do we have to give over here? We were very good supported on the 200, and we got rejected on the 200 EMA. So the price action, you can find some directions based on these indicators, but you must not give them too much weight. If you would go to the wheel color indicator, let's see how this one works. Well, over here we just broke up it. We came back, retested the upper line, and we went up again. But let's see how it was in the past. Well, over here you see rejection, rejection, rejection. Over here, this cross, when the yellow line crossed the green line, well, boom, 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 it just went down. So this was a perfect a sign to go short or to get out of the markets. This was really a beauty. And if you go back over here, you see we came down, we closed over here, and then rejection, 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 and then we came down again. So over here it was also beautiful how this indicator helped us over here. Over here the same, because we came down, we tested it, we closed above it and after it, and this happens a lot, guys, especially on the lower time frames, and then boom, we shoot up. Over here same, over here you go up and then it gets rejected, rejected, rejected. Over here closed and then it goes again. So if we would go further in the past, over here, look how beautiful it just touches the indicator. It just moves close above it, it just goes along. And so, etc. etc. I can show over here it was resistance, 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 and then the 200 MA was the support over here, because these indicators, they help you to see where money gets in or money gets out. So you don't use them. They are no law. They are not the thing that is okay, I'm going to trade only based on these guys. On the lower time frame you can do this. You can just trade pure on TA, on these indicators, and I can tell you 100% sure they will make you money. They will make you money if you know how to use them. But on the higher time frames, it's very nice to see how these things work out. Like over here, we came here, we dropped below it, and then we came down, resistance, and then it got rejected, and so on and so on. So this is just to give you guys a little bit of TA-wise indicators, how to see them, how to work with them, and what to expect from them. Okay, let's remove these indicators now, and let's just see, where are we? Where are we? Okay, well, guys, first of all, I didn't invest here. I traded this move, so it was not an investment. It was for me a trade, but my trading portfolio is way more bigger than my investment portfolio, so I did very good over here. But to the guys that also did invest here, well, shout out to you guys that you made this run, because this run, there are not a lot of people that expected this run. And if you would look here and we measure this one is a 25.5, but we've got those indicators over here, and that's something that we also have to give a look at, and that's on the 24.6, 24.7. So guys, be very, very, very careful over here, because you have to make, everyone in here has to make this block over here, and be very, very, very cautious. Very cautious, guys. So if you are in a lot of gains, take the damn money, take the damn profits, and if it goes high over here, even breaks out, you jump in back in later, but you better be safe than sorry, because this is, and I will tell you why I'm thinking like this. I will show you guys why. Let's go first, we go to the VIX. There's a hype going on Wall Street, and big investors and big communities, they are like doing the short the VIX, short the VIX, short the VIX, short the VIX. That's the new hype. They want to short the VIX. And well, the VIX, this is you can see it as an incorrelated to the S&P. So if the VIX goes down, the S&P goes up, and if the S&P goes down, the VIX goes up. So this is like, you have to see it like people, investors can hedge their trades, their funds, their shares by buying the VIX. So if the S&P goes down, they will hedge their funds over here. So let me put it on a 3 month. Okay. So we had yesterday, we had Mr. Powell. He came on television, and he did an interview, and they're going to raise 25 points. And well, he was very careful, and I understand why he's careful, because he's trying to defend the US dollar, because the US dollar is we'll get to it in 2-3 minutes. But he was also giving people bullish signs about the economy, and I understand that, because when you have you have to choose between Wall Street, you have to choose between your US dollar. What are you going to do? But if you see that one side there is no saving it anymore, then you have to choose the other side, and that's how they try to defend their economy as well, and very logically, because if I would be a leader, I would do the same. So Wall Street is really pushing here, and Wall Street is not only invested by the citizens of the United States, the whole world is investing on Wall Street. So the more money comes into Wall Street, the better for the USA. It's very simple. It's just like that. So they're pushing a lot over there. But I've got this trend line. This is the 3 months, by the way. And look where we are. We are over here. So this trend line has been holding over here for, like, let me put on the monthly. This has been holding from 2018. We hit the bottom over here, and it's really remarkable. It's really for me personally, this is really a miracle that from 2018, with all the shit that has been going on in the world, sorry, with all the shit that went on, this was, by the way, this was the corona pump over here, the crash over here that we went up. But it's really remarkable how fast we came over here, because you have to understand that we are still in a very, very critical situation economically, and there are, for sure, the ones that have got other agendas will say otherwise, like people that are making money out of referral links, for example. They will always give you hope. They will always tell you, well, we're going up, it's the end of the bear market, we're going to pump, we're going to this, we're going to that. And then when markets crash and people lose 70, 80, 90% of their portfolio, and then they will come back and they will tell you, keep faith, keep faith, keep faith. Eventually we will go up again. Yeah, for sure. So we've all been there. So for now, this trend line, so this level at the 17, let's say 17, what is it? 16.6 to 17, over here, this is where my eyes are rolling, because I want to know, is this level gonna hold? Are we going, because we touched it like almost 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and this will be the 11th. So if this thing comes here and bounces up, this will take the S&P down. This will take the S&P down. And just to you guys to know, look, we're now on the monthly. We already did 1 2 suppose 3 4 5 candles down, and as you can see over here, this is a lot of support. What you're seeing, there's a lot of liquidity in this and over here. So if the S&P decides to just pump and just go up, this trend line needs to get broken. And if this trend line gets broken, well, there's a really big a big chance that we're going much down lower, and it would be very good to the S&P. We could pump much higher, maybe even go to all-time highs. Is it healthy? Is it something? It's a bubble, in my opinion. It's just as simple. It's just a bubble that will get exploded sometime. But again, when you're trading, I'm really talking about trading, not investing. When you're trading, you have to trade what's in front of you. So like me, I'm very bearish on the macro, but I'm not blind. So I trade what's in front of me. When I see that the FOMO hits in, when I see that things are pumping, when I see that something is dropping, I just jump in. I trade it, I go along, I make my money. And with the money that I make, I send some to my investing portfolio and leave it there for when my macro analysis comes out, a market crash, so I'll be the buyer. Okay, well, this is the VIX, about the VIX, and then we go to the DXY, because this thing, well, this thing looks like some shit coin. This is on the monthly, by the way, guys. This is really ridiculous. This thing is just crashing. Well, for the people that are following me for a long time, we accumulated the dollar from here to here. We made a lot of money over here when people were losing 60, 70, 80, 90% of their money. We were making money over here, and we jumped out on this candle. This is when we jumped out, and this drop over here is what caused the bounce of the markets. But this bounce of the market should be way more higher. Bitcoin, especially, let's talk about Bitcoin. On this drop of the USD, Bitcoin should be at the 50k levels minimum. It should be at the 50k levels, but it didn't. Maybe it has something to do with all the things that just happened, with all the crashes and the scams and etc, but it should be at 50k on this drop. So for now, what are we expecting? Because we're now entering the level of the $1, and the $1 level is over here. And just look at it, guys, because I share this on Twitter also. Let me show you. So this is, let's say this is the $1 range. Look over here. We've got here a lot of price action. We've got here a lot of price action. We've got here a lot of price action. So we were getting over here, we're getting rejected. We broke it. It was a rejection. Over here another rejection, and here we broke up. And now we're retesting the breakout. So am I bullish on the US dollar? No. I'm not bullish on the US dollar, but that has to do with fundamental things are changing in the world, and the dollar is losing weight, and there are a lot of countries going into gold and silver and other things. So there is a lot happening in the world. But does it mean that we just say, okay, the US dollar, you're dead? No, because TA wise, we're just reaching a very strong support level over here. So we have to at least expect some kind of a bounce from here up to the 105 or 104. These regions, we have to expect a bounce, and if it wants to come back, then it can come and break down, because I think it will break down eventually, by the way, because this thing needs to come up, and then we do something like this. But it needs to come up first. That's what, if this thing just drops down and just goes down, the markets will fly, Bitcoin will fly, everything will fly. So for now, for everyone, why do I always say DXY is the chart to watch? If this thing breaks below $1 and goes down and closes a really weekly candle or a daily candle and just goes down, and we go visit this, let me just tell you, this will make markets fly. everything will fly. Gold will fly, silver will fly, Bitcoin will fly, altcoins will pump, everything will fly. If this thing comes down to here, this will be, just keep in mind, this is a triple. If this is a triple, well, this could be something to be also very bearish on the market. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. But over here, for me now, this is support. So I don't care what the fundamentals say at this moment. I have to be using my mind here and not my emotions. This is a support level, so I'm expecting a bounce from here, and if I expect a bounce from here, that's very bearish for the market. So let's go to the US 500. On the US 500, that's this one. Let me put it on the weekly. So with the weak dollar, it's bouncing, but is it bouncing very strong? No, for now it doesn't. So for me, you've got this resistance level over here. That's the first one. It's the 41.60. So I'm expecting a sort of a retrace over here to the 40 or 40.30, and maybe then we can come visit this one. This is if we don't get the fake out like we did get over here, and here, because it could be a fake out, and this thing could just come here and then just come down and maybe even make a lower low over here. But for now, this is bullish because we made this low, we made a higher low, and we're now ranging. But the big thing that people have got to see is this: we did make a higher low on the weekly time frame, but we didn't make a higher high. We didn't make a higher high because we've got this high, and then we've got this high, and this is supposed to be then the next higher high. Well, I'm not seeing this one as a higher high because this was under. If I want to see really confirmation that we're going up, we need really to close here very strong, and from here I'll make a retest and then come make a high above this one. So we go to the 44. But guys, just to be clear, there is nothing, and really nothing, that is pointing out that we should be here. We should be over here. Nothing. So I've said it a lot of times. When your logic mind is telling you that this ain't right, 9 of the 10 times it isn't right. This is just manipulation. This is just manipulation because Wall Street is just fighting back and they're buying risky assets. Why are they buying risky assets? Why are they going into stocks? Because you've got all the earning numbers come out and there are a lot of layoffs. 2,000, 3,000 people laborers are getting, and then you got yesterday Powell saying, yeah, our labor numbers are very good and strong for now. Yeah, they're strong for now, but if the biggest companies of the world are laying off 2,000, 3,000 laborers, what do you think how those numbers will be in 2-3 months? Just do your own calculation. If the biggest company in the world start doing layoffs, they're getting rid of laborers, where are those laborers gonna go? So really, I didn't get it yesterday. Our labor, it's true because I'm seeing it also where I live, because there is just the economy is in a big crisis, but the labor is a lot of work, especially where I am. There are job offers everywhere, but this can change. And when does this change? This changes when the biggest companies in the world start losing employees. They start getting rid of employees, and that's when it's like a domino effect, because if those big companies begin, and that's when the other smaller ones will follow. So we haven't seen that yet, and that's maybe also the reason why we're seeing this strong, because every time when we drop, we see these strong bounces. We see very strong bounces, and that's because people are still able to pay their rent, to work, to make earnings. Although the inflation did make lives hard, but the labor is, in my opinion, also a reason why this thing keeps going up. People still making money. They're still having spare money to buy stocks. But I'm not following this FOMO because I know that things are looking very, very, very bad. They're looking very bad, and there is no Powell going to tell me that. Because let me tell you one thing: if Powell did started to raise heights, to raise rates, and this is the chart that I'm seeing. So this was the effect. This means that they just don't care. But the moment when the Fed is not going to raise rates, that should be the reason that we just pump up like crazy. We just go boom, we go to here. Well, if it wasn't going there, and over here we didn't drop down. What are those wheels planning? Are they planning to when people think that we should go up, that they then crash the markets down? Is that the plan? Because there is always a plan. They always have a plan, and their plan is always like this: how to make money. And when everyone is bearish, that's not the way they make money. They are bearish and people are bullish, and they are bullish and people are bearish. That's the system. That's how Bitcoin works. That's how stocks work. That's how everything in investing and trading works. When everyone is bullish or on something, wheels become bearish. When they are bearish on something, people are bearish on something, they become bullish. So this is just the rule that's out there. So that's about that. And then I wanted to show silver. Well, it's really it keeps on kissing, and I'm a bit disappointed in silver, to be honest, because why this is getting, there is some big power is pushing the price of this silver down. Because why? The DXY dropped really so much, and this thing should be over here, or here. So this thing, I'm eyeing it, and if it breaks out, I'm in. Just as simple. And if it breaks down to the $20, I'm also in. Gold. Well, gold. This thing is just going. There's no stopping in this. If the DXY decides to fight back, I'm expecting something like this. I'm expecting something like this, and then we go test the all-time highs. So I am very hungry to buy at the 1800, 1820, and 1830 levels. I'm really hungry to buy over here. I'm really waiting for it to come down here. So that's my plan on that one. And then we've got the dominance chart. Dominance chart is losing a little bit of power. Let me put it on the daily. It's losing a little bit of power. And well, it's very simple, guys. If this thing decides to just come back over here, it's alt season. And the only thing you have to keep an eye on is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doesn't make huge big drops, you can make a lot of money in altcoins. It's, you know, guys, I'm no FOMO guy. I'm also not someone who likes to shill whatever, but this is just how it is. If this thing comes down to the green zone and Bitcoin will just range between 20 and 22K, altcoins will pump like crazy. But this has to get confirmed. And if this thing breaks down, well, it's just we are going. I shared yesterday an altcoin, and I traded it also in the morning before the Fed show began, and it was looking so good, guys. And it's now retracing. It was this one. It was Atom. Guys, I'm very bullish on the Cosmos ecosystem, and I'm also trading a lot of this. And well, let's just say I am planning on trading a lot more Atom the coming weeks. So this thing is just a support line over here. We had this breakout on the BTC, and I entered this trade, and well, now I'm out. I took my profits, and I'm waiting for it to come back. And also, if you would check the Atom ETH chart, look at it. It's just pumping. And if a coin, guys, it's just a tip. If you want to see if a coin is very strong, an altcoin, check the ETH pair, because ETH is also an altcoin. And when an altcoin starts outperforming another altcoin, and especially Ethereum, you can expect a lot of price action to the upside. And that's how you can see if an altcoin is bullish or not. And so it was showing me this power, and this also helped me decide to get in that trade. And here is the Atom USDT pair, and as you can see, well, we broke out yesterday out of this line. This was a line. It broke out over here. So like I'm always telling you, when you've got a strong trend line over here breaking out, what do you always see? You see the pump. You see the pump. I can show you 1,000 charts like this. That's why these lines are very, very important. Don't let other influences that use 1,000 tools tell you otherwise. Oh, diagonal lines, they don't mean shit. They're just this. They're just. I can show you 1,000 charts, and it's all price action like this. And when it breaks out of the line, it just goes like a monster. And this is just a move of. This is a move of 11-12%. So just look at it, how strong it goes up. So I've shared this one, but I'm also planning. It's really I'm really waiting for the retrace of Bitcoin, because it just doesn't want to come down. It's really incredible. So I'm waiting for it to come down. That's when I start sharing more altcoin charts, when dominance starts dropping. And for Bitcoin, yeah, it's very simple, guys. Bitcoin, this is where we are, and we had this. Where is it on the weekly? Over here, this block. So we just have to wait and see what's going to happen, and we also have to see how the US 500 is going to act after this mini pump, if they want to take it higher, or we're going to make, or the wheels over there in Wall Street want to shake out some longs. Because Bitcoin, this move is super strong, guys. And as you can see, the indicator is holding the price on the 12-hour, and if you go to the 8-hour, it's even stronger. Look at it, boom up, boom up, boom up. It's really amazing. It's really amazing. Look at it. About the guys, about the indicator, the Discord is coming, and the indicator link will be shared over there. Please have some patience. It's not my fault. I've just published it on Tradingview. I even sent them a message why they keep blocking it, why they don't just allow the retail army to find it over there, and they didn't respond to me. So I'm doing everything I can. So for now, yeah, this is just chopping around, and I think that there will be a moment that we come down. And guys, just to be clear, this head and shoulder pattern is still valid. Nothing is invalidating this short, because if you would see like this, because I know a lot of people, no, you're fudding. I'm not fudding. I'm just doing my TA, and the TA, if the TA shows me that it's still possible, it's possible. And we've got this line over the neckline over here. So if this thing were just here, we didn't make any higher high or something pumpy, that would we still can make over here. It comes down over here, and then it makes another shoulder, and then comes down back to the guys. Every time when you think, it's just like think, you have to think the opposite of what you normally think. It's like this. When you think, let me show you. Let me show you the monthly. When you think over here, you thought over here, well, we can't go up anymore. It's just going down. Let me put it on the weekly over here. You just have a feeling, well, we went so much down. This thing just cannot go up anymore. And then what happens? It goes up. Very simple. When you make a bounce like this, and it's holding for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 2 months, it's holding over here. You think we can never go back again. Just think about it. It's always like this. It's a psychology thing, and an emotion. It's just like this. We went so much up, we can never go back again. It's really, there's so much buy pressure, there's so much demand. There are 1,000 vids I just watched on YouTube that are telling me that Bitcoin is going to 50k to 70k to 1 million k. This thing just cannot go down anymore. We're now in a bull run, and it's just started, and we're going for it. So this is how the mindset of a normal human mind thinks. But we also are thinking that over here, we're so low, we can't go any higher anymore. This just is going to zero or whatever. And then you get boom. And over here, well, we can't go down anymore, and it's just going to fly. And then you get boom. So this is how markets are made. This is just how markets are made. Guys, this vid is super long, but I really don't give a fuck, because I just wanted to share what I wanted to share, and I told you guys what I wanted to tell you guys. And to be honest, I really don't give a fuck who does want to watch this vid or doesn't. I'm doing this for my retail army and my retail army on Twitter, and I love every single one of them, and I'm doing this for them. And I hope you guys appreciate this, and I wish you guys all a happy day. Take care of yourselves, and until the next one, and bye bye guys.